This video caught my attention. What they don't know, uh, what they don't want you to know about streaming. I'm gonna guess it's probably a lot I already know about streaming. Something that I already guessed. And yes, you want to have. I want that type of collection. I want this. In fact, I want to open up a old school video store, but I don't think I have the money or the anybody would actually go to it because of streaming.
Last time you actually owned the movie that you were watching?
I don't know.
I'm not talking about streaming it on Netflix or buying it on Amazon. I mean owning it. Something that you can hold, a disc, a case, a
I'm
permanent
looking at
part
an
of your
entire
movie library
wall
that won't vanish the moment a studio executive hits delete. Because here's the truth. Streaming has lied to us. They sold us on convenience and access and the idea that we'd never have to worry about scratched DVDs or clunky Blu-ray players again. But instead, we've traded ownership for a license. We were sold the illusion of control when in reality we gave it all away. We
I thought
handed the
it's a long
keys of the
time
film
ago.
vault over to a platform that can lock the door whenever they want.
We can't open this door, can we? The door? No.
I mean, think about it. Movies can now be edited, censored, or even quietly removed without your permission. Your favorite childhood classic is just one policy change away from being too problematic and gone forever. You don't
I
own
know,
it.
right?
You're just borrowing it until someone
And another version of this is the issues or things like the and Dragon Ball fans. I know you're about to get ticked off when I mention them. The orange bricks.
decides that you shouldn't have it anymore. On top of that, physical media is slowly disappearing from stores. Rental houses, Best Buy, Target, everywhere is getting rid of their physical media so that your only option is a streaming service. And that's why today we're talking about why physical media still matters now more than ever. Let's dive in. So you just bought a movie on Amazon or Apple TV, right?
Nope.
Actually, you bought a license to stream that movie, and that license can be revoked, edited, or completely removed without your permission. Remember whenever people bought Disney's Inside Out digitally only to find it missing years later? Or when iTunes removed purchased movies from users' libraries with zero refund or explanation? That's the reality of digital ownership. You don't technically own anything. If you can't touch it, and if you can't disconnect from the internet and still watch it, then you don't really own it. You're just
Yeah, I
renting
know,
a
right?
ghost, and one day that ghost might just disappear.
By all technicalities, I'm a millennial, but I'm a Gen X millennial. I'm the one who grew up with all the 2000, with all the physical medias, the VHSs, the cassette tapes, waking up in the middle of the night, listening to your favorite radio stations to hit record, only to have the DJ mess it up at the end for that one song that you just love. Yeah, that was me. I remember that at least once a night they would play Eurythmics, Sweet Dreams Are Made of This. And I really liked that song. I wanted to hear it much more often. And I spent countless nights waiting for that song with my finger right there on the record button, waiting to hear it and hit record the moment they started playing it. And there it was. And it wasn't, and it would happen to be late at night, so they didn't actually mess it up. But I remember those nights. Although, unlike now, when I have to get up in the morning and actually deal with deal with a lot of things elsewhere, such as work and stuff, I really don't have the time for that. But no, having physical media unedited, unaltered, is amazing. Stop widescreening all these other movies and TV shows. It is not helpful for us. Allow us to actually just go into the settings and screen it. And also bring back subtitles because there are deaf people who like to watch movies and they would like to see subtitles.
Here, we've entered an era where stories can be rewritten or erased entirely, and we're just too comfortable to notice. And that's exactly what's
No,
happening.
I noticed.
Streaming
lot of
services
people
once
do.
bragged everything, anywhere, anytime, but now they're gutting their own libraries faster than you can finish a miniseries. Westworld, a massive HBO original, was just gone, removed from Max and unavailable to purchase. The same happened with Willow, a high-budget Disney Plus show that vanished less than a year after release. And don't forget the original Marvel Netflix shows Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, all wiped from Netflix and held hostage in Disney's content shuffle. We used to worry about scratched DVDs, but now we have to worry about an entire show being completely erased or moved to another platform.
Are you serious?
And here's the fine print that nobody reads. Every time you hit buy on a digital platform, you're agreeing to the terms that gives them all the control.
No. I don't believe it.
Thanks
Believe
to
it.
DRM, or Digital Rights Management, your purchase is locked behind a server, behind a password, and behind the platform's continued existence. They can change the content, they can censor scenes, they can make it disappear altogether. It's like buying a house, but the realtor can just walk in anytime and repaint the walls and evict you without notice. And what's
Yeah.
worse, we've normalized this. But let's just rewind for a second.
Normalized it. I don't participate in it because I know this will happen. I know they used to edit things out. Hey, for those of you who don't know, if any of you have seen the original Beetlejuice movie, there was actually an entire scene that was actually edited down because of parents, I believe. There was a video store that was also a we would say video slash convenience store. They were popular around back then, where we rented Beetlejuice. That rented version of Beetlejuice actually had the original line of where he grabs his crutch and says, "Nice effing tree," as he kicks it down, which was later removed in future versions, which I'm not sure if they will actually put those back. They put that back for the Beetlejuice combo or not, because Beetlejuice is it's something. It exists. That's all I can say. It exists. That, as a big Beetlejuice fan and as somebody who loved it, I was severely disappointed. Tim Burton needs to refine his storytelling because he's just way too all over the map, and the stakes just weren't there. They really weren't. I've given the movie maybe I'm going to be kind and say 3 out of 10. But no, it's not. It's not that great. It would be a 1-star movie in my personal opinion out of 5. But I digress. What happened to the audio? We muted him
Movies,
now.
Netflix felt like a guide. Platform, you're agreeing to the terms that gives them all the control.
No.
Yes.
Thanks to DRM, or Digital Rights Management, your purchase is locked behind a server, behind a password, and behind the platform's continued existence. They can change the content, they can censor scenes, they can make it disappear altogether. It's like buying a house, but the realtor can just walk in anytime and repaint the walls and evict you without notice. And what's worse, we've normalized this. But let's just rewind for a second. When streaming first took off, we trusted it. It felt like the future. And believe me, I also was super excited. We said
I
goodbye to
wasn't.
cable
I
bills,
had a
discs,
feeling
and
this was
shelves
going
full
to
of
happen
movies.
immediate-
Netflix felt like a gold mine. But now, subscription prices are going up, content is going down, ads are creeping in even for paying users. And services are fragmenting harder than the Avengers finale. You want to watch Spider-Man? Cool, that's on Disney Plus. Well, except No Way Home, which is on Starz, but The Amazing Spider-Man, well, that's on Prime, for now. So now we're paying more for subscriptions to get less, with more headaches, and again, these can be moved
Unfortunately, I
around
would
or
love to own
completely
every
removed
single
with
one of them, but I can't afford to pay $20, $20 to $25 a Blu-ray or DVD combo, either or. Why? Why can't I afford it? So I'm surprised they still actually have DVDs out there. It's because things are too damn expensive. Sometimes you have to choose between having a little bit of this or a little bit of that versus food. And trust me, food is becoming a hard thing to keep a hold of, at least the same amount of food. I'm out of water or tea.
without your permission.
I am so confused right now.
Let's talk quality. If you think you're watching 4K on Netflix, think again.
No.
Streaming services compress video and audio to save bandwidth. What you're actually watching is a watered-down version of the movie, full of artifacts, crushed blacks, and weak surround sound. You can really see this if you start to watch.
Oh, I could definitely hear the weak surround sound. Trust me. When the volume of the freaking people are so damn low, you can barely hear them over the loud music. Which is something else I really hate about Hollywood. They have the music way too loud.
Watch anything that takes place at night. It looks muddy and compressed, even on a 4K TV. Compare that to a Blu-ray or 4K UHD disc, and the difference is mind-blowing. You get 100 megabytes per second bitrate, true Dolby Atmos, uncompressed detail, and in short, it's a theater-level experience. If you're a filmmaker or someone who spent money on a good TV, why settle for the cheap version? On top of that, we have to talk about legacy. There are films that don't exist anywhere online. Niche horrors, forgotten classics, indie gems, all preserved only
All
on
true.
DVD, Blu-ray, or even VHS. Streaming platforms aren't
Yeah, a lot
designed
of them
to
still actually
preserve
do
film
exist on
history. They're
VHS.
designed to chase algorithms. In fact, many titles vanish permanently because studios don't think that they're worth the storage cost. Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist? Gone. Song of the South? Yeah, good luck with that one. Early Criterion titles, indie projects, or older black and white movies that I fell in love with as a kid are only available on out-of-print discs. But here's where it starts to get dark. Streaming services have started editing content after release and without telling anyone. Disney Plus censored The French Connection without warning. HBO Max has re-edited violence in Looney Tunes, Death Proof, Splash, tons of Simpsons jokes, and of course we've lost track of how many times Star Wars has been altered to death. That's why I have the despecialized editions, and it clearly shows that Han shot first.
Yes, I bet you have.
When you stream, you're trusting studios to respect artistic integrity. And spoiler alert,
Right.
they don't. Physical media
Yeah,
is
true.
a time capsule. It preserves the original intent and it doesn't change with the cultural wind. Most people today say that physical media is nothing more than nostalgia, but I would say it's not nostalgia, it's preservation. Remember the days when you
True.
would walk
I
into a
agree to
Blockbuster
that.
and find movie titles that you knew nothing about, turn it over and read the synopsis on the back? Those were some of my favorite memories growing up. To go home with a stack of movies that you just couldn't wait to watch. Now we simply click the button and the movie is in our false library. Now listen, I get it. Streaming is convenient. Press
for
a
the
button and
parody.
boom, it's movie night. But convenience can also make us passive. We scroll endlessly, pick something random, then forget what we watched the next morning. It's consumption without commitment. It's just media on shuffle. It's disposable entertainment. Many times it takes
I
longer to
kinda
surf
agree.
through endless titles to try to find something that looks interesting. And if we see something sort of appealing, we look it up on Rotten Tomatoes to see if it's even worth our time. Physical
Okay, Some people may do that, but I don't. If it looks appealing, it looks appealing. I will actually give it a shot.
Media asks you to choose, to commit,
Huh,
to
the
take the
Breakfast
movie
Club.
off the shelf, open the case, and hit play. It turns your evening into an experience. That's not less convenient, that's intentional. For me, I love watching my kids look through all of our movies, pulling them off the shelf, and asking if they can watch this one. Sitting down on the couch as a family, popping some popcorn, and watching a movie that I know will never be taken away. To see the look on their faces when they know it's movie night is worth every penny of buying a physical product. Not a digital code, not a
Right.
license, and not a movie that says it will be leaving next week, but a piece of art and entertainment that will stand the test of time. But let me ask you this. If streaming vanished tomorrow, how many movies do you still have? Building a physical library isn't just about nostalgia, it's about
How many
security.
movies?
It's
I
about
would
creating
say
a personal archive that
maybe if I
no
include the
corporation can
VHS that I
touch.
have in
You don't need
storage.
thousands of titles, just
Uh,
the ones you love,
probably
the
about
ones that matter, the ones you'd be
couple hundred.
devastated to lose. There's real joy in holding your favorite film, in flipping through your shelf and finding exactly what you're in the mood for. That's something that no algorithm can offer. And there's also a joy in finding physical media that you don't own yet. Or going
I
to a
wanna do
yard
that
sale and
again.
finding a bunch of Blu-rays to add to your home library. It's not an inconvenience, it's a security.
Maybe
Of course, the
somebody
main
should
question is
actually,
always,
make a
is
physical,
streaming dying? And the answer is no. But it is starting to crack. Services are merging, folding, or even disappearing. Quibi is already a punchline, HBO
I forgot that
became Max,
existed.
Disney Plus is losing subscribers, and Starz is on life support. Studios are prioritizing
Notice
quantity
he didn't mention
over
anything about
quality.
Netflix.
And when the system collapses, what do we have left? That's why physical media matters. It's
Whoa.
not just about collecting discs, it's about protecting
Angels with
cinema
guilty souls,
itself.
huh?
Because if we don't, then the films we love, the ones that shaped us, might quietly disappear. And when we finally look for them,
You built
they'll
a
be
animal.
gone. So, yeah, streaming told us that we could have everything,
I wonder if
but
they
it
could
didn't tell us
actually
it could
give
also
me
be
a lot of,
taken away.
blank,
And if you love
VHSs, I
movies,
would love
like
to actually
really
download those.
love movies, then you owe it to yourself
Hey guys, a little trick. If you still have an old VCR, one with AB cables, you can actually use that along with a PlayStation or any streaming device, and HDMI to AB cable. You didn't hear this from me. Put in a blank VHS tape and make yourself a physical copy. Perhaps it works, perhaps it doesn't. I don't know. Maybe you should try it out.
to build a collection that can't be deleted. Because in a world where entertainment is rented, rotated, and rewritten, physical media is nothing short of rebellion. If you want to become the kind of filmmaker who preserves the art and not just chase trends, then Tomorrow's Filmmakers is where you need to be. It's our award-winning online film academy with over 1,200 training videos, 120 hours of content, and real-world lessons on directing, cinematography, editing, lighting, screenwriting, and more. We've helped over 40,000 students all over the world, and you can join them today with a lifetime membership for just $97. Whether you're
Nice.
just starting your filmmaking
But
journey
no,
or
I'm not
looking to
doing
level
all
up your
that. I just-
skills, head on over to tomorrowsfilmmakers.com.
Hey guys, if that's
and take
anything
your
you're
next
interested
step
in,
the
don't.
film industry. Because filmmaking isn't just about keeping up, it's about creating something that lasts.
All right, guys, that's that's it. That's all for that video. Thank you guys for coming in. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys on the next one. I believe that's all, folks. Yeah, bye.